Good
Good
morning.
morning, good morning. How's everyone doing today?
Yes.
We missed you because we didn't have live yesterday. So, how is everyone doing?
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are at in the world. And welcome to the Savanh Family Show. And yes, we did miss you. And hey, we are all independent beings, right? But working with others will always net and really produce greater results than being by ourselves and working by ourselves, right?
Yes, it's all about teamwork. Make
makes
the
the
dream
dream work.
work.
So, the big question is this: how do married couples like us, who have busy schedules, run high performing businesses, face challenges daily, raise multiple children,
And yet, still remain in love, passionate, and happy like when we first dated.
that is the question. And this show will give you the answers.
Welcome to the Savant Family Show.
Master your relationship, your life, and your business now.
Welcome back.
Yes, and if this is your first time watching us, we just want to welcome you. My name is C. Savanh. My beautiful wife, my amazing business partner, Phyllis Savanh, as well.
Hi.
And let's start with celebrating our wins and or sharing
Yes.
what we are grateful for. Time to stop and smell the roses. Time to be present in the moment because we all have a ton of things to celebrate and a ton of things to be grateful for, but yet we don't do it as often as we should. So we want to make this a habit every single day. So
Yes.
what are you grateful for? Let us know in the comment section. What are you grateful for or what are you celebrating? There's a ton of things that you did today. I'm pretty sure that you can actually stop and say, God, I should celebrate that. Pat myself on the back. Right? So
Yes. So for me, what I really are grateful for, and again, this is something that you should practice every single day because that just gives you so much love and joy and everything else. We are in the Tony Robbins Platz, and then there's this team called the Co-Elevate Group, and the Co-Elevate team, and we just love it so much because we boost each other up, we give each other positive energy, and it is just so amazing, right?
yes.
And recently, actually, Candy and Philip have shared with us this guy. His name is Michael Singer.
Mm.
He talks about, how do you find your inner peace? And I just really love it because he say, are you, everybody is a collector, right? What do you collect at home? Do you collect photo? Do you collect memories? Do you collect experience? Do you collect stamps? Do you collect coins? But one thing that he talked about is, do you know what one thing that everybody is always collecting? Negative energy.
Yep.
We are all trash collector. We just every time we saw the negative energy, or just like, oh man, I need to get that. I need to get that. And then those negative energy was storing inside us. And I was like, oh, why am I stressed? Why am I worried? Why am I feeling this? Because we have been collecting them, and instead of trashing them, we are becoming trash collector. So are you a trash collector? So what I'm really grateful for today is I decided that I'm no longer a trash collector. I never knew that was happening to me.
Yep.
So that was very profound, and I'm just sincerely, thank you for, our co-elevating team to allow us to constantly, live smart, live the life that we have. And that's, we wanted to bring it back to you.
Yes.
That's why, our mission is to master your relationship, your life, and your business.
Yeah, we tend to, that's a default mode, right? We tend to be managers of our lives, right? Instead of the creator of, basically, we're the managers of our circumstances instead of being the creator of our lives, right? So that's
Yes.
essentially defaulting where everything comes at us. That's, we're managing that every single day, right? That's the circumstances, situations, energy comes at us definitely for sure. We want to definitely be the creators of our life, not the manager of our circumstances. So today we're going to be continue covering the seven by Stephen Covey. So today's
Yes.
influencer day. So Stephen Covey is somebody who's impacted our lives probably about 15, 16 years ago, right? As
Yes.
an entrepreneur, right? Starting off. And he wrote this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And today we're going to talk about how to be effective in a group. That is a topic today, right? And we're going to share with you 3 very simple takeaways so that you can use and apply to your business immediately. And it also works with your team at home as well. So that's probably your most important team. So what is the first takeaway? So there's going to be 4 total takeaways. One is think win-win. Right?
Yes.
Think win-win. And a lot of times, win-win is, it's one of those things where we as people, I think we want things, right? We want things, we want to achieve things, we want a certain outcome for ourselves. And those who think win-win is yes, I want it, but how can I make sure that the other person receives the outcome that they desire as well? And actually, in today's world now, it's actually shifted even more than win-win. It's thinking about how can I actually just make them win?
Yes.
How can I make them win to the point where it doesn't matter if I win or not? And then what ends up happening is automatically you win. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's somewhere it comes along the line where there's something that's given back to you eventually, even if you don't expect it, right? So let's assume that you share, just like us here. We're sharing, we're giving, we're adding value. We want to impact your life in all areas of your life. And do I want something out of this? No, I just want to wake up to do it. But eventually, what ends up happening is we affect so many people's lives that at the end of the day, people will just gravitate towards us to either collaborate with us, work with us, and or to really even maybe even buy one of our services. But that's not why we do it. Does that make sense? It's all about how can I make you win, and then this is it. This is all that I do, and somehow magically the universe, God, spiritually, whatever you believe in, really aligns your life, business, and relationship to the point where you just receive abundantly, and that's just the way it is. So
Yeah, I totally agree with him, and and again, think win win has been almost as our motto, our way of doing things
yes,
for a long time. I think maybe 15, 16 years, and it's really in our blood. Unless it's win win, if not, there's no
no
deals,
deal.
right? And I think how to be effective in a group is so important. This is why right now for me we are I have a VA coaching services, and what they're actually teaching people how to actually create a win-win situation, how to have this synergy in in the group, because people always ask me, hey, how come your people have stayed with you for such a long time and they always are so loyal to you, they're always going above and beyond to you, where you barely have any rules and regulation for them. I say because I always think about win-win, because I know how to be effective in a group.
Yep.
So again, thinking win-win is definitely a must. I know that a lot of time we get into a default world where we just kind of like do a win lost. But again, win-win is definitely very
Yeah, it's
important.
either win lose or lose win, right? So most people kind of operate this way, and realistically, operating in a win-win environment, and now operating in a win environment, period, where they win all the time, you just win automatically. That's just how it's things have been going. So, and then the second takeaway that we have is seek first to understand, then be understood, right? How do
Yes.
you when you want to make things move, you want to make things shift in your team, your
No,
relationship, your
Jojo.
life. It's about how can you make help people transform and change is understanding really their world, where their perspective, where they're coming from. People talk about walking their shoes, right? But walk in their shoes and see it through their perspective. Understand their world, their model of the world. Every single one of us has a belief system, and that's the model of the world. So by understanding theirs, you'll be able to, really help them at the same time. The win-win aspect of it is there, where if you are always seeking to understand them, they automatically will seek to understand you. So in a relationship like husband and wife, the same exact way, right? If you are always wanting them to understand your world and you not wanting to seek to understand theirs before they can understand yours, then it's always going to be like that. That's a selfish behavior, selfish pattern that you have to have. So it's always seek first to understand what are they going through, what's happening, and why is it happening. So when you understand that, and then that, hey, here's what how it affects me, or here's what happens to this when you do that. So
Yes, and I totally agree with what my baby say right here. A lot of time, we went to one of the Stephen Covey course that I can never forget. He tell us, okay, what is the meaning of love? I want you to write them down exactly how you
mm-hmm,
feel it.
mm-hmm.
Whether there, if even if there's an ask, no ask, how do you feel about the word love? Let's say, right? And then people will say, oh, mother and father, giving love, right? Smile, joyful. There's about 100 people on that training at that moment, and crazy enough, everybody was writing five of them, so 500 words. None of us actually got maybe two or three of them exactly the same. And he's telling us, the truth is, even though we thought we are all speaking English, but because of the culture background, the way we learn English,
Yeah.
the experience that we have, we all actually understand things differently. All the meanings are different. So it's always good for you to seek to understand first, then to be understood. Because a lot of time, 90% of the time, you don't really know why the person say it the way they say it.
Hmm.
So again, that's what I always say. Give the benefit of the doubt. Make sure that you really understand before you request or demand respect, understanding, or anything like that. Because you need to understand them first.
Yes, most definitely. And then the third takeaway is synergy, right? Synergize, and
Love
in
it.
today's world is co-elevate, collaborate, right? Teamwork. It's basically change forms in terms of names, right? Titles, but really it means the same exact thing. How can you, if you look at history, right? Even in business, you have before, back in the 80s, really they talked about, if you want your business to grow, or anything, you need great managers, right? And then in the 90s it shifted to, well, you need great leaders. And then in the 2000s it really went from leaders to, hey, you need a leadership team. Right now it's like you need a co-elevate, collaboration, synergy, leadership, uh, basically team more than ever, where people are like, for us, we're part of a co-elevate group, and we love it. Why? Because we're just adding so much value to each other in all areas of life. There's somebody who's got strengths in certain areas that they share. We have strengths in certain areas, and we all kind of come together, and we're sharing everything, little, small, everything. Sometimes it's just a quote, sometimes it's a story, sometimes it's a lesson, sometimes it's something for somebody to download or
Mhm.
watch. I mean, it's so amazing. And the greatest part of synergy is everybody grows. It's kind of like you're on stage, right? And you're pulling people up on stage with you, right? So that's the amazing part of synergizing.
Yeah, and again, as soon as you got an effective team together, kind of like my virtual team that I have, the synergy just there. A lot of time when we have a task coming, coming into the pipeline, everybody already know what they need to do on their part without
Yeah.
we actually have to distribute which part do everybody have. In our team, Monique is very good at technology. Mary is really good at reporting and time, and the numbers, right? We have Johanna right now that is helping us with doing the social media side. Diana is helping us with the designing part. Tony is really helping us with the customer service side.
Amazing team.
So as soon as we put all these things together, everybody just blossom and just do. And again, when your team is very synergized, like it's almost as like you can do it in such a speedy way, because minimal communication, maximum impact. And that's the
Yes.
beauty about synergy.
Yes, most definitely. And then the fourth takeaway is sharpen the saw, right? Sharpen the saw,
Yes,
sharpen the
love it, love
blade.
it, love it.
Yes, love this. We have four areas of our lives. There's social, there's emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, right?
Yes.
And if you notice, sometimes people are strong in one area, right? They might be stronger with their body, but they're not stronger emotionally and or spiritually, or even and mentally as well. So sharpen the saw, it's all four of those, little by little, though, right? Little by little, every single day. There's things that we do every single day center around these four areas: mental, learning, growing every single day; emotional, again, learning, growing, and getting ourselves into peak state, as well as having to be happy, to be confident, to really have a different outlook, right? A positive, to be more direct and deliberate instead of default. Those are all has to do with emotional. And then physical, we're obviously eating healthier, working out, just doing healthier things, sleeping more, right? Not being stressed. Those are all impacting health. Spiritually, definitely there, right? So, being on your knees and praying, meditating, just being centered, being peaceful, serving. Those are all spiritual acts that you do. So these are things that we do every single day, impacting lives. That's a spiritual journey that you're actually on. So what are you doing today that will help you sharpen the saw? Are you doing that? And if you're not, just imagine yourself as a puzzle, right? As a puzzle, and then you have 4 major pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to be a puzzle that's a beautiful, piece of picture or art, whatever it is, if you're missing a piece, you're not gonna fulfill to be that nice puzzle, right? So you need this. Doesn't matter how big or small. You can be doing small little acts. If you don't have 5-10 minutes out of your day to sharpen your saw, you're not living a really effective life, and ultimately you are really just kind of selling yourself short on what life really truly is that you can actually create. So my recommendation is 5-10 minutes, small little things that you can do. Sometimes spiritually it could just be something about writing down things that you're grateful for, right? To be appreciative of. Physical, just drinking more water, right? Or sleeping 30 more minutes out of the day. Mentally, it's just picking up maybe listening to an audio on the way to work, right? Emotionally, that's just basically smiling more. Maybe today, consciously, I want to smile more, or I want to help somebody else. I want to make somebody else happy, right? There's so small things. Some people don't do things because they think they have to do this big shift and this big change and this big transformation. I can spend hours. I don't have hours to do that. Well, you don't. I just described 4 things that you can do in a matter of 5 minutes. So that's all it really takes. Okay, guys?
Yes, and for me, sharpening the saw is to constantly, never-ending improvement. For us, for our team, we constantly go to events. This weekend is a UPW event. Unleash your power within you. If you haven't been there yet, go there. I actually send my team to go attend it because I know that if it changes their life, their business, the business result will come, right? And at the beginning of December, we're going to be attending a Date with Destiny too. And then, Monique and Mary will be with us to really learn and break through on what they need to do. Because the key is, if you can sharpen your saw, you can sharpen starting from yourself.
Yep.
To really work on it and allow your team member to work on it. And again, if Mary's here, Mary's going to tell you that our number one expenses in our company is education.
Most definitely.
We always get a lot of education, and we always share with all the team member that we have, during the coaching that we do. Every day we have 1 hour that is really just focusing on growth. How can you be better on what you're working on, what you're doing?
Most
So, just like what C said, what are you doing to sharpen your saw? And what do you do to sharpen your team saw so that, as a leader, you're leading the pack and making sure that, they're constantly, getting, getting the input, sharpening the saw in the way they can cut the tree down really, really fast.
Yes, most definitely.
And,
So,
and Joe, welcome back, right? Joe said that, greater productivity result come when you are together with a team,
most
when
definitely.
you are, having the synergy,
Most
right?
definitely. So
So
we know that you love this topic. This is really an amazing points that we share with you, and they didn't come from us. Obviously, they came from Stephen Covey. When he wrote
Yep.
this book, there's a reason why it became the #1 bestseller, one of the best-selling business
For a
books
while.
for a very, very long time, and it actually still is. So again, just to kind of summarize everything, right? And if you do like this, hit the like button. As a matter of fact, hit it right now.
Yes.
And comment, right? If there's things that you do to be effective in a group, right? In your team, your environment, your home, right? Your team, your wife, share with us on top of what these 4 takeaways that we're actually sharing with you. And then if somebody in your life that you love that needs to hear this particular series topic, please share them with us, with them as well. Okay. So to summarize everything, how to be effective in a group was the topic today. For first one takeaway was think win-win. Second is seek first to understand, then be understood, and then synergize, and then really work on sharpening the saw, your saw, okay, every single day, and your team's saw as well. So below there are previous videos that we have on our channel that's pretty amazing. That we wake up every single day, obviously looking to really create content that really impacts your life and adds value to you. So please go back and watch them. Help us grow this channel so we can impact more lives. And then look forward to other channels, other shows that we actually are releasing. And then there's links below if you want to learn more from us or learn more about us. You definitely can click on those links as well. Okay. So question of the day, baby.
What are you going to do to create the synergy to create an effective team?
Yes.
So comment down below, let us know, and we will love to know that.
Yes, love to hear it. So
and we'll
thank you very much for watching and listening to us, and we will see you on the next show. We love you very much. If you like this show, subscribe now.
Remember, mastery starts here.
See you on the next show.